This video is about she was his mate but her love was forbidden. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. ***, she was his mate but her love was forbidden. The night was thick with a scent of damp earth and pine, as silvery moonlight spilled through the trees. Amara crouched low, her heart racing, the forest alive with sounds. She had always felt a connection to the wild, but tonight felt different, charged with electricity. As the youngest Omega of the Nightshade Pack, Amara was often reminded of her place. The Alphas ruled, and she was expected to submit, to bow before their power. But her spirit burned brightly, yearning for freedom, for something more than the confines of pack life. "Amara, where are you?" the voice called, deep and smooth, reverberating through the trees. It was Kale, the pack's formidable alpha, known for his fierce loyalty and the strength that rippled beneath his skin. Her breath hitched at the thought of him. "Here." She stepped from the shadows, the night enveloping her like an embrace. Kale's presence was intoxicating, his golden eyes glimmered with the reflection of the moon, and she could feel the pull between them, a bond forged by destiny. He moved closer, his scent enveloping her amber and pine, wild and untamed. "You shouldn't be out here alone." His tone held authority, yet there was a softness that made her heart flutter. "It's dangerous." Amara tucked a strand of hair behind her ear, a nervous habit. "I can handle myself, Kale. I've trained hard." But the truth was, every moment spent with him left her raw and vulnerable. She could feel the weight of their pack's expectations pressing down on her. Kale's expression softened as he studied her. "I know you're brave, but it's not just the forest that's dangerous. The frostbite pack has been seen near our border." His eyes darkened. They would take any chance to claim our territory and our Omegas. A shiver ran down her spine. The frostbite pack was notorious for their brutality, and the thought of losing her freedom to them filled her with dread. But a deeper fear gnawed at her heart, the fear of losing Kale. As he reached out, brushing his fingers lightly against her cheek, a rush of warmth surged through her. "Amara," he whispered, his voice low and urgent, "you have to promise me you will stay close to the pack, especially now." The heat of his touch sent her senses reeling, and she leaned into him instinctively. "I promise," she murmured, but the truth lingered unspoken between them. She longed for him, craved his presence in a way that felt forbidden. "I should go," Kale said suddenly, stepping back as if the very act of touching her had burned him. The distance between them felt like a chasm, and the ache in Amara's chest deepened. "Wait," she blurted, desperation creeping into her voice. "You can't just leave me like this." She didn't know what she was asking for, only that the thought of him walking away felt like a betrayal to her heart. Kale turned back, his eyes darkened with a mixture of frustration and longing. "I can't be near you like this, Mara. It's not just about us. The pack needs to be strong and—" "And what?" she interrupted, her voice rising. "You think rejecting what we have will make the pack stronger?" She took a step toward him, grounding herself. "Were we meant to be together?" His gaze hardened, the alpha in him fighting against the bond that screamed to be acknowledged. "It's not that simple. You're an Omega, Amara. My responsibilities—" "Your responsibilities." Her voice cracked, tears threatening to spill. "What about my feelings? What about the bond we share?" He ran a hand through his dark, tousled hair, frustration itched across his handsome features. "You know the rules. Omegas are to be protected and cherished, not placed in the center of danger." "But I am not just an Omega," she exclaimed, her heart racing in defiance. "I am me. I want to fight for what I love. I want to fight for you." A heavy silence settled between them, the pulsating energy in the air thick with unspoken words. Kale's expression softened momentarily as if he was struggling against an inner battle. "Amara, if I lose you—" He trailed off, his voice laced with anguish. With courage swelling within her, Amara stepped forward, closing the gap between them. "You want to lose me, not if you don't to push me away." But his eyes were filled with resolve, and she could see his heart wrestling against the expectations that bound him. "He deserves safety, and I can't risk you for my desires. The pack comes first." "Kale," she cried, emotion spilling over. "You re-choosing them over us. You re-choosing fear over love." His jaw clenched, and she could see the struggle raging within him. "You don't understand that." "Then make me understand," she pleaded, her voice breaking. "Tell me what I mean to you. Show me that this bond is worth fighting for." For a moment, Kale's expression flickered with longing, as she thought she could reach him. She could almost feel the connection pulling them closer. But then he turned away, the flicker snuffed out. "I am sorry, Amara." His voice was a mere whisper. "I can see it." Before she could respond, he shifted, the air crackling as he transformed before her eyes into an imposing wolf, dark like the night itself. The power in his movements was breathtaking but left her feeling hollow. With one last glance, he sprinted into the trees, a shadow blending into the darkness. Amara felt a hollow ache spread through her chest, as if a part of her had been ripped away. The forest quieted, the weight of his absence settling heavily on her shoulders. She fell to her knees, frustration mingling with despair. "What can you see?" she whispered into the emptiness, her heart fractured under the weight of unfulfilled love. As the moon hung high, Amara realized she couldn't wait for him to come back. The bond they shared was powerful, but destiny would only align if she embraced her own strength. She would have to show Cale that love could conquer fear. Gathering her resolve, she stood, wiping her tears away. There was a fire igniting within her, a determination that surged through her veins. She might be an Omega, but she was also a fighter. The night was far from over, and she was ready to reclaim her place in both the pack and Cale's heart. And as the wind whispered through the trees, Amara knew that this was just the beginning of a battle that would test not only her love for Cale, but also the very fabric of their fates intertwined. ***, she was his mate, but her love was forbidden. Part 2 ***. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting shadows across the forest floor as Amara prepared for the inevitable confrontation with herself. The pain of Cale's departure burned within her, but she couldn't let fear dictate her actions any longer. She was not just a fragile Omega, she was fierce, full of passion and strength. Days slipped by in a haze. The pack was restless, and whispers of the frostbite pack's advancing strength haunted every corner of their territory. Amara could sense an urgency in the air, a tension that wrapped around her like a shroud. Yet each passing day without Cale felt like an eternity, the connection between them tugging insistently at her heart. As she trained under the watchful eye of the pack's elders, Amara felt the strain of their expectations. "You need to focus," Amara, Eldra, the aging warrior, instructed, her voice gravelly yet kind. "Your duty is to protect the pack, control your emotions." Amara clenched her fists, frustration boiling to the surface. "I am trying, Eldra, but how can I protect them when my heart is torn apart?" The words spilled from her lips like a confession, and she felt raw, exposed. "Heartache is part of the struggle," Eldra replied softly, her eyes filled with understanding. "But you must channel that pain into strength. The pack needs you now more than ever." "I can't do this without him," Amara admitted, her voice trembling. "Cale is my mate, and I—" "Then fight for him," Eldra interrupted, her gaze fierce. "Do not hide behind your pain. You were born to be more than just an Omega. You are destined for greatness." With those words echoing in her mind, Amara felt her determination reignite. She would fight, not just for Cale, but for every Omega that had ever felt powerless. The Frostbite pack would not take their freedom. She would not allow it. That evening, as the moon rose once again, she set out into the woods, searching for Cale. The air was thick with anticipation, each rustle of leaves heightening her senses. But deep down, she knew he was avoiding her, an act of duty or fear, and it cut her like a blade. "Cale," she called, her voice echoing through the trees. "Please, I need to talk to you." The silence that followed felt deafening. Frustration and longing entwined within her. Then, from the shadows, she heard a low growl that rumbled like thunder. Cale emerged, a silhouette etched in moonlight, powerful and wild. Her heart raced as his golden eyes locked onto hers, an electric current sparking between them. "Amara," he said, voice low, dripping with a mix of longing and reluctance. "You shouldn't be here." "Neither should you," she shot back, anger igniting her spirit. "You can't keep avoiding me. Cale, we need to talk about what we are, what we could be." He stepped closer, tension crackling like fire between them. "You don't understand the stakes. My responsibility is to the pack. If I acknowledge you, I put you at risk." Amara's heart ached at his words, but she stood firm. "What about my choice? I am not a child to be coddled. I want to fight alongside you, to face whatever comes our way. I want to let fear decide my fate." Cale's eyes darkened, a storm brewing within. "And what if that fight takes you away from me? What if I lose you?" The vulnerability in his voice shattered her heart all over again. "Then that's a risk I am willing to take," she whispered, stepping closer, her heart racing as their worlds collided once more. "I'd rather face danger with you than live a life without love." "Amaro." His voice trembled, laced with desperation. "I can you re my mate, and your safety must come first. The pack needs a strong alpha, not one distracted by forbidden love." "Is that what you think this is, a distraction?" Her eyes glistened, and she fought against the tears, threatening to spill. "I am not just some weak link, Cale. Love is strength, not weakness." His expression faltered, bristling with the turmoil inside him. She reached out, her fingers brushing against his skin, igniting the bond that pulsed between them. "We can be stronger together." For a moment, they stood there, the world around them fading into the background. He leaned in closer, breath mingling with hers as the tension thickened. But just as she thought he would give in, he stepped back, shaking his head as if trying to clear the fog. "Amara, if I let you in, I risk everything. The frostbite pack is closing in. They won't hesitate to exploit our bond." His voice was strained, filled with anguish. "Then let them try," she exclaimed, her heart pounding fiercely. "If they want a war, we'll give them one, together." "But at what cost?" he asked, pain etched across his handsome features. "What if it leads to your pain, to your death?" "Maybe it's time to stop living in fear of what might happen," Amara challenged, her voice firm. "We can fight for our love and our pack. I refuse to let them dictate who I am or who we are." Kael's gaze softened, and for a brief moment the walls around his heart began to crumble. "I don't want to see you hurt, Amara. You mean everything to me." "Then fight for me, Kael," she implored, stepping closer, her heart aching for his acceptance. "Show the pack that love is worth fighting for. Let them see that even an Omega can stand strong beside an Alpha." Their eyes locked, and in that moment, the air around them thronged with an undeniable force. "I want to fight for you," he murmured, his voice breaking. "But I can bear the thought of losing you." "Then don't let fear win," she breathed, reaching out to grasp his hand. "Let us face whatever comes together. Our love can be the strength this pack needs." His fingers entwined with hers, warmth flooding through their bond, igniting a spark of hope. "I don't know what awaits us," he whispered, uncertainty still lingering in his voice. "Then let us find out together," Amara replied fiercely, determination blazing in her heart. "Let us show them what we're capable of. We can alter our destinies." A growl echoed in the distance, pulling them from their moment of vulnerability. Kael's expression hardened, the alpha instincts rising within him. "They're here," he said, releasing her hand as urgency set in. "We need to prepare." "Then let us rally the pack," Amara urged, feeling the weight of the moment settling over them like a heavy cloak. "Together, we can fight the frostbite pack and show them not to mess with Nightshade." Kael glanced at her, eyes fierce with newfound resolve. "You're right. The pack needs to see our unity, our strength. We will fight side by side." Steeling themselves, they turned back toward the heart of the Nightshade territory, hearts pounding in sync. Amara felt the fire of determination coursing through her, the gravity of their bond pulling them together even as the storm brewed on the horizon. In that moment, Amara understood love was indeed worth fighting for. It was the very essence of their existence, a force that could not be tamed or silenced. And as they prepared to face the approaching darkness, she knew destiny had woven their fates together, binding them in a way that would redefine everything they thought they knew about love, loyalty, and sacrifice. With Kael by her side, she was ready to embrace whatever awaited them. Together, they would carve a path for their love in a world determined to keep them apart. Their battle was just beginning, but Amara felt an unwavering conviction they would not back down. They were not merely an Alpha and an Omega. They were a force of nature, destined to fight not only for their love but for the future of their pack. As they stepped forward, the winds howled through the trees, whispering promises of hope, strength, and an unwavering bond that nothing could shatter. ***, she was his maid, but her love was forbidden. Part 3 ***. The night was alive with tension as Amara and Kael approached the heart of the Nightshade territory. The pack was gathered, their faces tense, illuminated by flickering torches that cast shadows dancing among the trees. Amara's heart raced with anticipation, both for the battle ahead and the support of her pack. "Adarant!" Kael's commanding voice pierced the air, laced with authority. The wolves turned, shifting their attention to their alpha. His presence radiated power, yet Amara could sense the undercurrent of anxiety swirling beneath the surface. They all felt it, the frostbite pack was closing in. "Tonight we stand united," Kael continued, his golden eyes flaring with determination. "The frostbite pack seeks to claim what is ours. They will underestimate our strength, and they will pay for that mistake." Amara's pulse quickened, a fire igniting within her as she stepped forward. "And we will show them that an Omega can stand beside her Alpha," she declared, her voice ringing clear above the murmurs of disbelief. "We won't cower in fear. We are Nightshade." Gasps rippled through the crowd. A few warriors exchanged skeptical glances. Amara felt the weight of their doubts, but she refused to waver. She had trained hard, and she owed it to herself, to Kael, and to every Omega who fell voiceless. Kael's gaze locked onto hers, pride and concern battling for dominance in his expression. Amara, this isn't just about bravery, it is about survival, he warned, stepping closer. I can let you fight when I know the danger. I can fight, Kale, I won't stand idly by while our home is threatened. Amara's heart raced, the fire of her passion igniting a fierce bond between them. She could feel the tension pulsating in the air, the connection strengthening amid the chaos encircling them. Enough. A deep voice broke through the gathering. It was Aldrich, Kale's second in command, his grey fur shimmering under the torchlight. You can expect an Omega to join this fight, it's reckless. Recklessa. Amara shot back, her heart pounding with indignation. It is reckless to underestimate our strength. We are not weak. We are family, and I refuse to let fear keep me from defending it. Kale moved closer, tension radiating between them. Aldrich speaks truth, Amara, you are an Omega, protecting you is my priority. Then protect me by letting me prove myself, she implored, desperation flooding her voice. Our bond is what makes us strong. I am not asking for you to fight for me, I am asking to fight alongside you. Kale hesitated, the flicker of doubt in his eyes betraying the resolve he tried to maintain. Amara could feel the weight of his conflicting emotions pressing down on her. You don't understand, he murmured, taking a step back, the distance between them aching like a wound. I can bear the thought of losing you. Then don't lose me by keeping me in the shadows, she cried, the intensity of her emotion spilling over. I am willing to risk everything for us, for our love. We can let fear dictate our fate. Aldrich scoffed, crossing his arms, but the other pack members began to murmur, their minds shifting as they processed Amara's words. She could see uncertainty creeping into their expressions. For the first time, they were questioning the status quo. Kale's gaze flickered with an internal struggle, and she could almost see the wheels turning in his mind. Amara, if you are truly committed to this, we stand together. But if you falter, if you hesitate... His voice trailed off, filled with unspoken fear. I won't falter, she vowed, her heart beating like a war drum. I promise you that. As tension crackled in the air, Kale turned to the pack, his voice resolute. Then we are united. If we are to face the frostbite pack, we do it as one, together. Amara felt a swell of triumph as the pack erupted into unified howls, their voices echoing through the trees. In that moment, she felt a bond woven tighter between them, all a collective spirit ignited by love, hope, and resilience. They would face whatever storm approached them, and Amara would not stand on the sidelines. The night deepened, and the pack prepared for battle, sharpening their claws and honing their instincts. In the fading moonlight, Amara and Kale stood side by side, the weight of the impending confrontation pressing down on them. Whatever happens tonight, Kale began, his voice barely above a whisper, I want you to know that you are my heart. She turned to him, her breath hitching at the raw vulnerability in his gaze. And you are mine, Kale. Together, we'll forge a path for our love. Before he could respond, the howl of the frostbite pack echoed through the trees, a haunting sound that sent shivers down her spine. The air thickened with tension as a heavy silence fell upon the nightshade pack. They re here, Kale said, urgency flashing in his eyes. Stay close to me. As they prepared to face their enemies, Amara felt a strange sensation wash over her, pulled deep within, as though the bond was guiding her instincts. She had never felt more alive, more powerful, and she was ready to embrace the chaos. Then, like shadowy phantoms, the frostbite pack surged into view, their eyes glimmering with malice, their intentions clear. Their alpha stood at the forefront, a fierce silhouette outlined by the moonlight, confidence radiating from him like a dark star. Kale Nightshade, the frostbite alpha barked, his voice carrying a chilling edge. You've grown cocky for a pack that should tremble in fear. Tonight, we claim your territory. Kale stepped forward, a growl rumbling deep in his chest. You'll find no weakness here, Frostbite. We are prepared to fight for what is ours. The Frostbite alpha smirked, his gaze flickering disdainfully towards Amara. And what is that? The weak Omega at your side? Let us see if she can keep up. Before Kale could react, Amara felt a surge of energy course through her. Do not underestimate me, she shouted, her voice ringing clear. I am more than just an Omega. The pack gasped, the bond between them igniting a flicker of hope. The Frostbite Alpha's smirk faltered, confusion crossing his face as he assessed her defiance. Then prove it, he taunted, stepping closer. Face me in battle, little Omega. You believe you can stand against me? Amara's heart raced, her instinct screaming at her to step forward, but Kale's arm shot out, blocking her. You won't touch her, he growled, his body radiating protective energy. You'll face me, not her. Very well, Alpha, the Frostbite leader replied, narrowing his eyes as he stepped back, a wicked smile spreading across his face. Let us see who falls first. The two alphas lunged at each other, muscles coiling and releasing in a violent dance. Claws clashed, and fur flew as the two powerful wolves locked in an intricate battle of strength and instinct. Amara watched, breathless, as Kale fought with everything he had. "Kale," she shouted, her heart clenching as she saw him momentarily falter under the Frostbite Leader's relentless attack. "You can do this, focus." In that moment, their bond flared alive, and with it came a rush of power, a connection that invigorated her very being. She could feel the strength of the Nightshade Pack behind her, their energy mingling with hers, igniting a fire deep within her soul. With newfound courage, Amara leaped into the fray, ready to stand alongside Kale, determined to show the Frostbite Pack that they underestimated their strength. "I will fight for what is ours," she declared, her voice fierce as she faced the enemy. The Frostbite Alpha turned, surprise etched across his face. "How foolish," he spat. "You think you can change your fate?" But as Kale fought back, the connection binding them surged stronger, intertwining their strength in a way that felt almost mystical. Amara felt the weight of destiny pressing down, urging her forward. With a fierce growl, she charged into the fray, her instincts heightened. She dodged and weaved, claws drawn, and though she was smaller, she fought with conviction, a force of nature in her own right. Together, she shouted at Kale, who met her gaze, a flicker of surprise and admiration sparking in his eyes. In that moment of unity, their instincts melded, their movements synchronized as if they were two halves of the same whole. Amara felt the power coursing through her, grinding her agility and strength beyond her limits. They were unstoppable. Now, Kale barked, and together they launched an attack on the Frostbite Leader, their bond guiding their every move. The battle raged, a whirlwind of fur, claws. ***, she was his mate, but her love was forbidden. Part 4 ***. The battle stretched out like an eternity, a tempest of snarls, growls, and the thunderous rhythm of hearts pounding in sync. Amara felt the pulse of every member of the Nightshade Pack, a symphony of strength woven with fear and hope. In that moment, she was not just Kale's Omega, she was a warrior, a force to be reckoned with. "Stay close." Kale barked, his golden eyes fierce as he fought back the Frostbite Leader's relentless assault. Blood flecked his fur, but his spirit burned bright, and Amara could feel the very essence of their connection igniting within her. With a fierce roar, she sidestepped another attacking Frostbite wolf, clawing and biting with a ferocity that surprised even herself. Together, she shouted, their bond flickering like flames in a sudden gust of wind. Kale's gaze met hers, a fleeting moment where time froze. "Amara, be careful," he yelled, but the urgency in his voice was mixed with undeniable pride. "I can handle this," she replied, her voice steady despite the chaos. "We'll show them that we're stronger together." Their instincts melded, and the world around them faded. Kale lunged at the Frostbite Leader, a powerful wolf with eyes as cold as ice. The Alpha dodged, but as he turned, Amara leaped, adding her force to Kale's, and together they collided with the Frostbite Leader, sending him sprawling to the ground. The pack erupted in howls of encouragement, each wolf feeling the surge of unity that coursed through their veins. The frost that had gripped their territory for too long was beginning to thaw. But just as victory felt like a tangible promise, chaos erupted. The ground trembled beneath them, and shadows danced at the edges of the clearing. "What is that?" Amara gasped, her heart racing as a chilling howl resonated through the night, echoing from the depths of the forest. From the darkness emerged a massive figure, a rogue wolf with fur blacker than the night sky, eyes glinting with malevolence. The Frostbite Pack's Alpha sneered. "You think you can fight us? You are nothing but a pack of scared pups." "Who is that?" Amara whispered, her voice trembling as dread washed over her. She could feel the fear ripple through the Nightshade Pack, the shadows of doubt creeping back into their hearts. Kale's expression hardened. "That Borean, the rogue Alpha, he's been challenging every pack near us. If he joins Frostbite..." His voice trailed off, and Amara could see the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. "We can't let him." Amara shouted, determination surging within her. "If we stand united, he won't stand a chance." "Amara, no!" Kale yelled, panic flaring in his eyes as the rogue surged forward, a dark force threatening to engulf them all. "It is too dangerous." But Amara felt the bond between them ignite. "You taught me that love makes us stronger. Let us show them what we can do together." As the rogue charged, Kale glanced at her, uncertainty flickering in his gaze, but Amara's fierce resolve ignited a fire in his heart. She could see him weighing the risks, and in that moment, they both realized that the battle was not just for survival, it was for everything they held dear. The rogue lunged, but Amara and Kale moved in perfect harmony, intercepting him with a synchronized leap. The force of their connection sent a shockwave through the air, a surge of energy fueled by their love and the bond that tied their fates together. Now! Kale barked, and together they launched an attack, claws outstretched, hearts racing. Amara felt the rush of adrenaline, the thrill of fighting alongside the one she loved, electrifying her every move. The rogue retaliated fiercely, his powerful jaws snapping dangerously close. "You think you can defeat me, little pops?" he growled, his voice dripping with contempt. Amara grit her teeth, refusing to back down. "We're not afraid of you," she screamed, channeling every ounce of her strength. "You will not tear us apart." With a fierce growl, she darted forward, sinking her teeth into the rogue's shoulder, and Kale followed suit, his powerful jaws clamping around the other side. Together, they wrestled with the rogue, the force of their bond propelling them forward, igniting their instincts to fight for their love, their pack, their future. Suddenly, Boren turned, eyes bright with fury. "You think love can protect you?" he spat, shaking them off like they were mere annoyances. "I'll tear your hearts out." "Love?" Amara screamed, her voice rising above the chaos. "Love is our strength, and we will not let fear control us." Kale growled, his voice low and filled with conviction. "You will pay for underestimating what we can accomplish together." With renewed determination, they surged forward again, their bodies colliding with Boren, but he was quick, dodging and retaliating with a wrath that demanded respect. "Enough of this," the Frostbite Alpha shouted, his voice laced with malice. "We will crush you all." But as the Frostbite pack moved in with heightened aggression, the Nightshade pack rallied together. Warriors surged forward, fighting with a ferocity born from love and loyalty. Amara could hear their howls of encouragement, a chorus that entwined with her heart. One by one, the Frostbite wolves fell back, their numbers dwindling as the strength of the Nightshade pack surged. The scent of fear wafted into the air as Boren faltered, doubt flickering behind his cold eyes. Enough, he held, looking for an escape, but Kale and Amara were relentless, determination coursing through their veins like wildfire. "Together!" Kale shouted, and Amara felt the power of their bond magnify. With one final united force, they lunged forward, taking Boren by surprise. As their fangs met his flesh, they felt the rogue Alpha's strength crumbling beneath them, the darkness that had threatened to engulf their lives fading into the shadows. The Frostbite pack's howl turned into a panicked retreat, scattering into the forest like leaves in a storm. The Nightshade wolves erupted into triumphant howls, a symphony of victory that echoed through the forest. Amara stood beside Kale, breathless and wide-eyed, the adrenaline coursing through her. "We did it," she exclaimed, laughter bubbling from her lips. "We fought them off." Kale turned to her, his eyes filled with pride and awe. "You were incredible, Amara. I should have never doubted your strength." She stepped closer, the bond between them shimmering like a thread of gold. "And you were magnificent, Kale. Together, we can face anything." But just as victory enveloped them, the air shifted. A shadow passed over Kale's face, the weight of their battle settling in. "But at what cost? We've lost so much." Amara felt the ache of his words, the burden of their victory. "But we've also gained so much," she replied softly, reaching for his hand. "We fought for our love, for our pack. We did it together." As they stood amidst the remnants of battle, Amara could feel the connection between them deepening, a mystical bond that transcended fear and doubt. They had faced darkness together, and in that dance of chaos, they found hope. But as the dawn began to break, casting soft hues of pink and gold across the horizon, a shadow loomed over their victory. Kale's expression hardened, and Amara sensed a shift in the air. "They'll come again," he said, his voice heavy with concern. "The Frostbite pack won't rest until they have what they seek." Amara nodded, determination igniting within her. "Then we'll be ready. We'll build our strength, rally our allies. We won't go down without a fight." Kale lifted her chin gently, his gaze piercing into her soul. "You truly are remarkable, Amara, but it's dangerous. I can lose you." "You won't," she promised, her voice steady, filled with conviction. "I won't let fear dictate our fate anymore. We are destined for greatness together." As the sun rose, illuminating the forest with warmth, Amara felt the weight of destiny shifting. They were not just an Alpha and an Omega. They were bound by a love that defied the odds, a bond forged in battle, and a promise to face whatever darkness lay ahead. Hand in hand, they turned towards the rising sun, ready to embrace their future, a future filled not only with challenges, but with love, unity, and the unwavering strength of their bond. Together, they would carve their path, proving that even in a world designed to keep them apart, love would always find a way.